What's going on, guys? Your boy Mael, we're back with another video, and in today's video, guys, me going over the best gear set for Mael. I know a lot of people have been asking like what gear set they should be running on their Mael, and it's just been a question that's been going on around the community a lot, and so I wanted to address the question: what gear set should you be running on your Mael? You know, what situation do you want to run this set? What situation do you want to run another set? And also, what's going to be the best general set for a lot of the free-to-play players? So let's hop into the video. Before we actually hop into the video, make sure to subscribe to your boy Amazing. We're on the road to the 35,000 subscribers. Guys, if you've not hit the subscribe button already, definitely make sure to, man. We're at the 33,000 subscriber mark, and we're still pushing, man. So without the way, let's hop in and discuss Mael's best gear set. Alright, guys, so when you're actually using Mael in PvP, my best recommendation for a gear set is actually going to be HP defense. So if you're prioritizing him as a PvP character and you're not really going to be using him in PvE, then HP defense is the way to go, because you want your Mael to tank as much damage as you can. When you're playing PvP, right, and you're attacking into like an opposing team, and let's say you don't have a Sariel stance up on your goddess side, your Mael does not have Tarmiel Link. That's one thing to take into account. He does not have Tarmiel Link, and so him taking damage from like a Purgatory Melee, an Estarossa, you know, like I guess an opposing Mael, Ultimate Escanor, like any of those characters that can deal a ton of damage off single target, Mael is susceptible to dying. And if Mael dies, your whole goddess team is screwed. Running HP defense means that your Mael will be tanky enough to actually take the brunt of the damage and then survive, and then dish out a still a good amount of damage as well. So for PvP exclusively, I would say HP defense is going to be the way to go. When you actually run the team as well on HP defense, you guys do feel the, you know, the tankiness of Mael. I'll show you guys like what the team kind of looks like when you're when you go into PvP. I want to do a match, but I just want to show you guys like what the team looks like in terms of what I've been running personally. But if you go to like PvP, and this is like a very solid team setup right here. I like to run Mael and then Green Sariel to take the brunt of the damage away, so that even him being on HP defense, like when he does take hits, he's going to be perfectly fine. You know, so that's going to be pretty much the main set and reasoning why I would go with HP defense. Mael is a character that he just does so much damage regardless, so even if you're like using him in PvP, you don't actually really need like the attack crit set, let's say, for the extra damage. So is there a reason, by the way, to run attack crit Amazing? Is there? Yes, there is a reason actually to run attack crit, and this is actually the best overall set in my opinion for Mael, and the reason why is because attack crit damage covers the PvE side of the game. If you are trying to clear Nidhogg, if you are trying to clear Bird, if you're trying to clear Deer, if you're trying to clear Skull and Hottie, you want to run attack crit damage on your Mael, because he's going to be dishing out a ton more damage when you're running him on attack crit versus HP defense, and you don't necessarily need the tanking in PvE as much as you do in PvP. And so when you're actually using Mael in PvE, having him on attack crit damage is going to make it so that he's going to be hitting super hard. He already has like his damage dealt in his passive, the all stats up as well, with the Grace being the damage dealt 20%. like he is going to be hitting very, very hard in the PvE side of things on the attack crit damage set. I've had and one example of this, which is a really good example of why you want to run attack crit in PvE, is that Merly was actually showing me his Nidhogg team before he actually got the actual clear, and he was running HP defense. I told him to swap to attack crit. The moment he swapped over to attack crit, he told me that the fight was just instantly so much easier. And so that's what I'm saying, is that having the extra damage on attack crit damage is going to be the way to go in terms of actually dealing a ton of damage, guys, and making it so that your Mael is like the best he can be. And you know, as a free-to-play player, if you can only make one gear set but you want to do Nidhogg and like the PvE content in general too, then I would say a general best set would be attack crit damage, just because of the fact that you can run it in PvP still. It's not going to be as good as HP defense because you are a lot more susceptible to dying, but you're going to dish out a lot more damage, and in the PvE side of things, you're going to be perfectly fine because attack crit damage is really what you want. Another thing to think about as well is that Mael is a Grace character, so in the future, once you get him duped up and you get him to the, you know, 4, 5, 6 out of 6, that's when you're really going to want to have an attack defense set as Link. So if you actually have you know, an attack crit set, attack crit damage set, you can actually make an HP defense set and then swap the middle pieces when eventually you get Mael duped up. So in terms of like the best gear set, the best overall free to play gear set, I would say is attack crit damage, because it covers the PvE side of the game. But if you're focusing mainly on PvP, then you want to actually run an HP defense set, because that's when Mael's going to shine, as he's going to be very, very tanky, and he's still going to be dishing out a ton of damage. So honestly, I would say what you can do though is just make both sets. You know, if you have Mael, and if you really do invest in him like that, I think both sets are worthwhile, because you have the attack crit damage obviously for the PvE side of things, and then the HP defense for the PvP, and also the interchangeable middle pieces. If you have like if you set up your gear like this, where you have your like middle pieces be your 2-piece, if you actually switch to you know, your HP defense set, and let's say like, or let me switch it back to attack, and then I can switch it to attack defense. And we can switch it to the attack defense, right? You're actually going to be able to run Mael as a link, as an attack link, right? Because he has the grace, so he's going to be able to be a very, very strong link for whatever character you're running. Like, if you guys know, if you guys have run Red Sariel in the past before, right? People with Red Sariel have made attack crit damage and HP defense, and the reason why is because the green one was really good in PvP on HP defense, while the red one was actually a really, really strong link, right? So you can actually run Red Sariel as a link on the attack defense specifically. So you would probably go for like, you know, these two middle pieces and swap these out, right? But yeah, that's just like the general like idea for it. Mael is a character that really works with most you know, regular gear sets, so it's not going to be a thing where like if you make HP defense and you run him in PvE, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world, or if you make attack crit and run him in PvP, it's not going to be the worst thing in the world either. But I would say that the best case scenario is that you make both sets personally, if possible, and if you can't make both sets, then the best general set is going to be the attack crit damage, just to help on the PvE side of things, which I feel like is more important than, you know, like the super high tier PvP, because if you're in like lower tier PvP, Mael's gonna be a really good asset even on attack crit damage. So that's pretty much it for the video, guys. That's all I really wanted to talk about. Yeah, Mael gear is gonna be you know, a little bit tough in terms of thinking of what you want to make, but I would say the best way to go about it is definitely making that attack crit damage set. So I hope this video was helpful, guys. That's going to be it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe as always. If you guys want to see more videos like this, definitely let me know in the comment section below, and I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace out and have a great rest of your day.